Assistant Coach number 1, Gilbert Sussman, and Assistant Coach number 2, Marlon Coupin. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the national anthems. Starting with the national anthem of Saint Vincent and the Grenadines. Please remain standing for the national anthem of Suriname. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. You may be seated. The referees for this game are the crew chief, Mr. Gregory Hamilton from the Cayman Islands, Umpire 1, Ms. Rebecca Davila from Puerto Rico, Umpire 2, Mr. Gilbert Bucknut from the U.S. Virgin Islands. The commissioner for this game is Mr. Frederick Brown from the Bahamas.
going to fumble on my name. Expect no less, sir. Expect no less. Expect no less.
And now it's time to introduce the starting five for both teams, starting with the visiting team of Saint Vincent and the Grenadines. Playing number 7, Philip Lawrence Riggs. Number 8, Sean Baptista. Number 11, John Gardner. Number 13, Christopher Telesford. And number 14, Alexis Foyle. The starting five for your team of Suriname. Playing number 8, Sergio Durandami. Number 7, Denzel Later. Number 2, Daryl Lodi. Number 18, Safiro Van Ams. And number 6, Dylan Watamaleo.
Keone Wright and Gavin Kensmo here live in the heartbeat of the Amazon rainforest, Paramaribo, Suriname. For the home team, Suriname, to take on Saint Vincent and the Grenadines. Gavin, I got 2 bottles of oxygen, I got 2 seat belts, I cut the sleeves off my shirt, and I got my Rambo bandana on because this will be a war tonight. This Saint Vincent team is not a team you want to mess around with. They're well built, they get up and down the floor very well, they have a lot of playing experience. My keys for this one, if you're not 6'9", if you're not 6'8" on the Surinamese team, don't try to be. Be 6'2", fast as lightning. Also get out there and try to play your butt off. Work hard, be tough as nails. Sometimes it only takes a small axe to chop down a big tree. What are your keys to this game?
Well, first of all, let me start by saying this. This is a super personal match for St. Vincent. 3 years ago in Tortola, they were up by 20 points in the 4th quarter and they lost the game to Suriname. So for the people watching at home, this is going to be a highly anticipated match. For the people in Suriname, make sure you come to the Anthony Nesty Sport Hall because this will be fireworks. Now, the key for St. Vincent will be to keep their composure. The key for Suriname will be, like you said, to know your role. Know that if you're 6'2", don't put a lot of balls because those balls will get swapped into the audience.
Yes, they will, and right on time, it's Van Ams for 3. Suriname out to an early 3-0 lead. This St. Vincent team is very experienced. They've got some big bodies. On the bench, they have a 7'2" player, Akeem Smart, who plays professional basketball in El Salvador. They bring him off the bench. That's how deep this team is. But last night, they got dragged into a triple overtime game against Guyana. Nice pass there to Foyle, and he throws it down. Foyle, who played his college basketball at BYU, Hawaii.
Are you sure he plays college basketball?
No, he played his college basketball back in 2001. Nobody home, and Letter will score. Nice job there by Denzel Letter.
And I think those are the kinds of baskets he needs after a setback of yesterday's game. He tried everything in his power to score the basketball. Shots weren't falling, so those are the easy ones you have to make today.
Foyle, once again, he was hot in the game last night. Hit 3 3-pointers in a row last night. They're really going to have to play great defense against this St. Vincent team. It can't just be about the offense. Dayron Dame for 3. There's Letter, can't finish. Letter can't finish, but he's still very active. He was cold last night. Here's Baptiste with it. Tries to force it. Good hands there by Letter. Gavin, what I noticed about this one is that Suriname is staying under control. Everyone is nice and composed. They're setting up a half-court offense. No one is rushing it. Hopefully everybody brought their work boots tonight. It's going to be a long night.
This one is going to be for either team, it's going to be a hard-fought victory.
It's going to be a long shift. And there's a foul to the free throw line now is Gardner.
Now, that's one of the keys for Suriname. Suriname has really struggled throughout this tournament, boxing out, putting bodies on bigger people. But one of the bigger problems is that they allow the ball in the post. Do not allow the ball. Make sure you three-quarter the player playing on offense against you, and just play hard. Push him out of the bucket. You don't want him there.
So far, St. Vincent has had their way in the paint. They've had a lot of room to operate, and they're just a veteran team. Lots of players on this team with experience at the Division I, Division II level in the United States, players who have played overseas. Gardner hits the first one. Ties the game at 5. Suriname, of course, coming off a thriller last night over Grenada. Gillen Watamaleo hit a last-second shot to seal it for St. Vincent. Guyana dragged them into a 3-overtime game. And Suriname might want to send thank you cards to Guyana because St. Vincent might be a little tired after last night. Oh my, Van Oms again. Van Oms is hot. That's 2 for him.
And let me tell you something. When I said confidence is a funny thing because it comes and goes so easily. Van Oms is a great example of that. Throughout the tournament, throughout the local finals, he has struggled a bit with his confidence, although he's the best local shooter here. But he's showing right now why he's being called the best local shooter in Suriname.
I saw Sergio Derandame in the press room earlier. He stopped me. We gave each other dap. I said, it's you and Van Oms tonight. He said, yeah, I already know that. So you better watch out because they're coming. But again, it's a tall mountain to climb, quite literally, especially when you got a 7-2 player on the bench. That shot no good. Derandame can't get 2 hands on it, but it goes out of bounds to Suriname. This gym is more packed than it has been all week, and we're only on day 3. Last night was St. Vincent's first game. This is Suriname's third in 3 days. And we'll get a foul, a hand check. Suriname ball. You know, Gavin, I should cut the sleeves off my shirt more often. This is nice and breezy. It's hot in here in the rainforest.
I don't know if I'm allowed to do that.
Nah, man, you're too big. Denzel Letter, a little too confident. He overcooks that one. Rebound to St. Vincent. Here's Baptiste. He's a great shooter. Good stroke. Can't finish there. St. Vincent tracks it down. Suriname's got to get on the boards. Lawrence to the hole for 2. Gavin, what's going on with the defense right now for Suriname?
They're gambling too much. If you're not sure you can get a steal, make sure you stay solid on defense.
Van Oms again, that's a heat check. He's hit 2 so far. Big reason why Suriname's in this game. Here's Baptiste, he's tricky, and we'll get a hand check. Baptiste is one of those guys that you don't think he's gonna be fast, but he's fast. You don't think he can shoot, but he can shoot. You don't think he can pass, but he can pass. He does them all very well. This is going to be a physical game for Derandame tonight. Both Derandame brothers. Xavier Elford better be ready to box out with that big booty. Beaverwick also better be ready tonight. It's going to be a battle. Gardner gets position inside, can't finish. Here's Watamaleo back to Denzel Letter. Watamaleo with it. Nice patience here by Suriname. There's Van Oms. Over to Derandame. He looks very relaxed. I like it. That means he's confident. Tolud, nice kick out. Inside to Letter. Ooh, thought he was going to fade away. Gives to Tolud. Pretty pass. And he will be fouled.
That's a play you have to finish. I know he got fouled on that one, but you have to finish that. That's a wide open layup. You won't get a lot of those against this tall team. That's
something I talked about earlier today. Don't just be satisfied trying to draw a foul. Don't leave it on the official's shoulders. Go to the basket thinking you're gonna score, and if you get fouled, fantastic. But if you don't, you're trying to finish that bucket. Tolud to the free throw line. 6:10 left to play here in the first quarter. 8-8 is your score.
I'm actually familiar with some of these St. Vincent players. I've played against Opal Bramble in the past. The point guard that's about to check in for them now, I've played against him and with him on an exposure camp on Trinidad.
I understand he lived in Suriname for a couple years, played basketball
Opal
here.
Bramble, yes, he did.
Into the game now for Saint Vincent is Glasgow. Looks like he's going to run the guards in tandem here with Baptiste. Suriname will meet them at half court.
This is a very fast and crafty point guard right here.
Yeah, this is a fast and crafty team. A nice mixture of speed, athleticism, energy, pace, intelligence. Foyle falls away. Glasgow with the offensive boards. Gavin, they got to box out, man. Find a body. Gardner. Lawrence, pretty release. That's Lawrence for St. Vincent. Confident shot. Good elevation on the shot. Stepped right into it. Nice mechanics. What can Suriname do? Here's Tolude. Gives to Denzel Letter. Dedan Dame sees a hole. Threads the needle over to Tolude. Can't finish. I thought that might have been goaltending.
Yes, that's a basket interference. The ball was still on the cylinder.
Yeah, basket interference not called. Letter can't hit the three. Lawrence back the other way. Does well to compose himself.
And I think he got away with a travel there.
Yeah, I think so too, but he finishes with the right hand on the left-hand side. 2 in a row for Lawrence. All of a sudden, it's 12-9. St. Vincent in the lead. Guatemaleo to Tolude. Van Alms, such a pretty shot by Van Alms. That's 3 3-pointers. That's 9 points for number 18. 12-12 is your score.
And that's what Van Alms needs to do.
Into the game now, Akeem Smart. If he looks tall to you, it's because he is 7'2". Plays professional basketball in El Salvador. Let's see what Dedan Dame can do. That's going to be a battle down low. Here comes Glasgow, breaks the press, try to get it to Akeem Smart. He's got it. Nice job there by Dedan Dame. Tough defense. Won't let the big man get position, but here he does. He goes up, blocked by Dedan Dame. 7-2-1. 7-2-1. Gavin, you got to love the intensity. Suriname rising to the occasion. Nice pressure there by Tolude. He's fired up too. Still St. Vincent ball. Baptiste will inbound. Lawrence comes to help. Back to Baptiste. Baptiste trying to round the corner. Nice help there from Van Alms. Here's Lawrence. He's got the hot hand. Pretty release. Can't finish.
For Suriname, one of the keys is going to be knowing personnel. Knowing who can shoot the ball, because I've seen them close out hard on Glasgow. He's not a great shooter. Let him shoot the ball. You can live with that shot.
Yeah, they're going to have to be smart in this one. You know, we saw sloppy play over their first 2 games, and they got away with it because they were just a little bit more athletic, a little bit quicker. But tonight, they won't. It's got to be pinpoint accuracy. You have to know who you're guarding. Van Alms misses that one.
And that's not a bad shot.
No, it's not.
You're on fire.
He's 3 for 5 right now.
Exactly.
Lawrence inside to Smart. Back to Lawrence. Off the glass, no good. He continues to fight. Dedan Dame comes away with it. Here he comes. Head up to Letter. And a hard foul there. Good job by Dedan Dame to recognize who he had. He had a trailer running a great lane in Letter. But here's another thing, Gavin. Four and a half players back on defense for St. Vincent. 4.5 players back on defense for St. Vincent. They do a good job of getting back.
Oh, because I was about to say, what do you mean with 4.5?
It was like 4 were back. There was half a guy there, but you know they're not going to allow transition baskets. But a good job there by Suriname to push. We haven't seen that a whole lot, and we've seen them in transition, but they seem to be a little bit more controlled this game. You think that's something they talked about?
Definitely. And one of the things that makes them so dangerous is that whoever rebounds the ball for them is able to push the ball. At least with the lineup they have right now.
That's the luxury of having a guy like Deran Dame out there. He comes back to Suriname to represent his home country. He has been playing in Holland now for 10 years, currently playing for ZZ Letter. Did I say that correctly, Gavin?
No.
Okay, fix it, help me out.
ZZ Leiden.
I was close. Letter to the line now. Misses the second one, gets his own rebound. Nice shot there by Wilgen. Wilgen played very well last night, particularly on defense. Glasgow looks inside to Smart. Nice double team there by Van Alms. Here's Baptiste all alone. He's dangerous.
The wrong player to leave open. They got lucky there.
Pretty release, but he can't hit, but he will. Deran Dame in rhythm, can't hit it. Rebound to Glasgow. Long pass to Lawrence. That's broken up by Van Alms. Here comes Wilgen, one-on-one, nice Euro step move. Can't get it to go. He will go to the free throw line. (13-12) is your score. Suriname up by 1. Up off the bench is LaRose. LaRose will come in for Van Alms. He deserves a round of applause. 3 3-pointers. Without him, Suriname is not in this thing right now.
Not only 3 3-pointers, but an amount of deflections.
Yes, active hands on defense, and that's what Suriname will need tonight. What do you think about the game of the young big man out there? All 7'2" of him, Hakeem Smart.
You're asking me what I think?
Yeah, I expected him to be a little bit more explosive. So far, not really.
I think that's and not to be harsh, but I think that's maybe one of the reasons why he's not in the league. He's 7'2", not demanding the ball, not being able to create a shot for himself.
It's still early in this one, though.
But then again,
his defensive intensity, probably what he brings to the defensive side.
Exactly, and then again, I put that on the point guard's shoulders. Not everyone is able to create their own shot, but what are you able to do as a point guard to put your players in the position where they can be the best version of themselves?
That's an excellent point. Good ball movement here. And that's Safior Frazier.
You have to shoot that one. I don't know why he doubted himself, but you have to shoot that one. That's a wide open shot. He's made those shots all night yesterday.
Safior Frazier, his birthday today. He is one of the young guns here for Suriname. But this is a big game. Might be feeling the pressure. Glasgow all the way and finishes with the left hand. Skying to the basket. Almost gets a steal there. Nice hustle by Glasgow. Suriname ball. 14-14. 2:26 left to play in the first quarter. It was a long, exciting night last night. We had triple overtime between Guyana and Saint Vincent, and then we had an absolute nail-biter between Suriname and Grenada. Suriname with the win. They are 2-0 in the tournament. Saint Vincent 0-1. Looking to rectify that tonight.
Both are at fault there. If you cut, you want to make sure you're ready to get the ball. But at the same time, his back was already turned. You'd never pass the ball to someone who's not looking at you.
Nice fight there by Denzel Letter. Gets it back. 2 offensive rebounds for him in a row.
I think he has like 3 or 4 offensive rebounds so far already.
Frazier from the corner again. This time the shooter's roll. I'm sorry.
That's LaRose.
That was LaRose. LaRose along the baseline and gets the shooter's roll. That was set up by the offensive rebounding of Denzel Letter. St. Vincent ball down by 2. Chance of defense from the home crowd.
We've had 6 lead changes so far already.
6 lead changes. This game is everything we thought it would be. Lawrence for the bucket, hangs in the air and finishes. Wow. Thought he was going to hit his head on the backboard. He could have made himself a cup of tea out there and drank it. That's how long he hung for.
I think the officials are giving him a warning there. The next time he holds the ball so long after a scored basket, he might get a technical foul.
He's an intense player. This game with so many implications, not just for this tournament, but regionally. It's a mano-a-mano affair right now. Here's LaRose, thinks about it to Letter. It's a young crew out there right now for Suriname. Wilgen leaves his feet to pass, gives it back to Letter. Working it around the horn. And LaRose says, why not? LaRose says, I'll take that one.
This Suriname team is so confident right now.
Yeah, these young players, I thought we might see a little lull in the action here, but they're keeping it going for Suriname. Back into the game now is Foyle. You got to watch out for him. He will shoot it from anywhere. He's a very dynamic player. Back to Foyle, hangs in the air. Tried to get it to Smart and couldn't. Here comes Suriname back the other way. LaRose loses it, tapped out of bounds by Baptiste. Suriname ball.
He wanted to go into the crowd there.
The thing about this Saint Vincent team is that they are so composed, they are so mature, that if they make a mistake, they don't sit around and think about it. They just move on to the next play. So if Foyle made a mistake on the last offensive play, it's out of his mind already. He's on to the next. Dedan Dame for three. Knocks it down. That's a big three-pointer by Sergio Dedan Dame. And he is trying to get the fans into this one. He is trying to get the fans into this one, and they certainly are. Here comes Baptiste with the push. Nice drive. Tries to silence the crowd. He can't. Here comes Suriname. Savio Frazier. Over to LaRose. LaRose fires. That's no good. Rebound Glasgow. Baptiste tracks it down. Over to Foyle, and he will finish. And the crowd goes silent. Somebody calls security. There might be a sniper in the building. As Denzel Letter falls down before he can catch that pass. Back into the game now, number 11, Gardner. And into the game is the big booty and the big body.
One of the fans' favorites.
Xavier Elberg. The fans love him. And you know what, Gavin? So do I.
I do too. I absolutely love the way he plays.
I love the way he plays. I think he's going to be able to do damage against these bigger players from Saint Vincent, particularly if he can get them off of their feet. Here's Glasgow with it.
He will.
Yes, he will. He's tricky. Lawrence, pull-up jumper. Thought he got hit. Foyle fighting. Foyle fighting. Throws an elbow, and we will get a foul at the buzzer. And there was an elbow on foul on Foyle.
And that's the end of the first quarter. First quarter goes Suriname with 21 points.
Wow.
And 18 points.
Foyle threw an elbow.
And the Grenadines.
I don't know what kind of foul they're going to call here. I don't know if they're going to call a foul. Foyle is still arguing with the official. After one, it's 21-18. We'll be back after this.
Yo. Vijf door voor de Surinaamse Tigers! En nou weer. Nou Osomude. Nou Waba Kondre. De beker blijft hier in Suriname! Nou, we zijn er! En we hebben nieuwe jerseys. We hebben een toestel. We hebben tassen. En we hebben paraplu's. Dus, als jij met zo'n toestel naar huis wil, kom en meld je aan. AUB, ouderen, ietsje oudere mensen, weet je, tieners, boven 16. Vandaag is het boven 16. En vandaag is Leslie Dandra's aan de beurt om te kijken of hij kan scoren. Op blinddoek scoren.
Last game of the day on day 3 of the FIBA 2021 AmeriCup pre-qualifier between Suriname and Saint Vincent and the Grenadines. Suriname in control right now, 21-18. It's been a hard-fought battle. We've got some substitutions. Shaif Elberg into the game, so we've got the Elberg brothers in the game for Suriname, and we've also got captain of the Surinamese SWAT team, Beverwyck, Geraldo Beverwyck. Here comes Saint Vincent. Running the point right now is Glasgow. He finds Telesford. Back to Telesford, thinks about it. Nice hesitation in the middle, hangs, kicks out to Foyle, takes a look. Can't hit. That's his shot though. Telesford with the rebound. Excuse me, that's Gardner. He puts down the second attempt. Gavin, Saint Vincent all over these boards right now, all over the offensive glass. Suriname having a hard time finding them. And we've got a player down. Safiero Frazier. Looks like we're going to have a blood injury here, I think. Hopefully not a broken nose. That'll be a big loss for them. And right now, Gavin, is it as simple as they just need to put a body on Saint Vincent to grab those defensive rebounds, or are there other things that Suriname needs to do here to sort of put Saint Vincent in check?
They need to make it as personal as Saint Vincent is making it, without it going out of hand, of course. But Saint Vincent is willing to do whatever it takes. We've seen a lot of elbows fly so far. This is a really personal match for Saint Vincent. So Suriname has to keep their calm, but at the same time, they have to fight back. You cannot let that happen. You're on your home floor, and you're the team that's in advantage right now.
That's a great point. This thing is a basketball game, but at times it's going to seem like an MMA match. And if somebody's going to hit you in the face, guess what? You got to hit them back. Into the game now is Deran Dame. So Paramaribo, Suriname turns into the city of brotherly love. As we've got the Elberg brothers out there. And we've got the... No, we do not have the Deran Dame brothers, but we have one of them out there in Irvin Deran Dame. So it's a physical unit out there right now, particularly down low for Suriname. Xavier Elberg, Beverwyck, and Deran Dame.
Saint Vincent came in the gym and they sent a message early. We're going to do whatever it takes to win this game tonight. And that's what they're doing so far. They're playing really physical with Suriname.
Miscommunication there from LaRose. Throws that one away, maybe too fancy. I would have liked to have seen him go up with that shot. Instead, it will be Saint Vincent ball down by 1. And you do not want to start letting them get into this thing by turning the basketball over. Here's Foyle looking for a screen. Gets one from Gardner. Foyle lets it fly. He's a little bit off tonight. But, you know, after a triple overtime game, it might take the legs a little while to warm up a little bit. These players might be a little bit stiff. We saw that in a game earlier between Grenada and St. Lucia. Took about a quarter and a half for Grenada to warm up. Elberg with it. It's Xavier Elberg. We find Beverwyck inside. Nice pass out to Elberg. Got to look at it. Ooh, short. Good hustle there by Beverwyck to come away with it. Deran Dame steps back, but he will not beat the 24-second shot clock. Nice defense there by Saint Vincent. And Suriname right now needs to play better half-court defense. You know, the strategy right now for Saint Vincent, it's not anything that's too intricate. They move a lot, they set a lot of screens, and when they catch the ball, they're all about up fakes, hesitation dribbles, but they're looking to drive middle. Suriname in the lead, but maybe half a step behind on defense. Baptiste will inbound. I think they're going to look to free up Lawrence. He's had the hot hand for Saint Vincent. Here's Telesford. Guarded by LaRose. They get it to Lawrence. He's hot, and he continues. He continues that home-cooked meal. 22-21, Saint Vincent in the lead. Elberg travels. A little bit too much there from Xavier Elberg. And Gavin, this is the point in the game where you've had a good look. If you're Suriname, you've had a good look at their personnel. You need to start making in-game changes. They need to put a body on Lawrence. They can't let him drive baseline like he has been. Hangs in the air, and he'll draw the foul. That's what I'm talking about right there. You know his strengths, and maybe that matchup, Xavier Elberg and Lawrence, maybe that's not the best matchup for them right now.
Indeed, maybe it isn't. But who else on this squad can you put on him?
Maybe you need to make a substitution. It's a shame that Frazier went out. Shafir Frazier would have been perfect. Denzel Letter might be able to guard him. He's athletic enough. Second free throw, no good. 23-21. LaRose over to Elberg. Here's Wilgen. And we'll get a foul. That's going to be on Lawrence, pushing in the back. Suriname ball here, looking to build momentum. But Saint Vincent is like a brick wall. You got to chip into them piece by piece. It's not all going to happen at once. That wall's not just going to fall down. Nice up fake. Got Baptiste off his feet.
I think it's time for Suriname to go to their bench right now.
Yeah, I think so too. Telesford is fouled up front. And Suriname has gone back to a little bit of the one-on-one basketball. They're not moving a whole lot on offense. They're not setting good screens. They're not trying to free up their shooters. And Suriname will take a timeout. 21-23 is your score. Saint Vincent with the 2-point lead right now. 7:26 left to play in the first half. Keone Wright and Gavin Kentsmill will be back after this. Suriname coming out of the timeout now, fired up. They will stick with this lineup. Gavin, what do you think about that lineup? It's not.
I think the lineup.
It's not very dynamic.
No, I don't think the lineup has someone outside of Elber that really can create his own shot. And I think that's one of the reasons why they're struggling so much, because no one is able to set one another up.
It is a defensive unit, but somehow Gardner sneaks behind the defense and scores. Suriname needs to be a little bit more aggressive. 25-21, Saint Vincent with the lead by 4 right now. Running the point guard is LaRose. Here's Beaverwick. Xavier Elberg tries to thread the needle. Nice drive along the baseline. They find LaRose. He gets it up before the 24-second shot clock expires, and we have a foul. Up off the bench now is De Randame. Geraldo De Randame. He will replace Elberg.
That's Sergio.
Oh, I'm sorry, Sergio. Sergio De Randame into the game. Replaces Xavier Elberg. And tonight, this might be a tough matchup for Xavier Elberg. What do you think?
I think so too, because he's playing against bigs that are faster and more mobile than him. So he'll has to work with his skill set like he's done yesterday.
Well, he got a chance out there, got a few minutes out there. He'll go to the bench to think about it. He will probably come back in. Checking in now also is Van Alms. He's had the hot hand. He's 3 for 5 right now from three-point land. One of the big reasons that Suriname started this game out so well. Lawrence gives to Telesford. Here's Baptiste. Long three-pointer, pretty stroke, and he knocks it down. Daggers, absolute daggers for Baptiste. 28-21, Saint Vincent extends their lead to 7. The crowd has been taken out of it a little bit. De Randame, that's what they need. Nice pass to his brother, can't finish. Loose ball, here's Baptiste out in front. He releases right away, good job to track that down. He's got trailers. And that's Foyle. He's on the floor now. Maybe some retribution for the elbow that he threw at the end of the first quarter.
That's a great hard foul.
Yeah, he's slow to get up. We hope he's okay. Here's the thing about Foyle. He's an older player. I think he's pushing 40. He's got a lot of experience, different professional leagues in the United States and all around the world. He's not the fastest. He's not going to jump that high anymore, but he's just always in the right place at the right time. And what better way than with some three-pointers. Foyle at the free throw line, hits the first one. And Suriname needs to start to make adjustments. Beverwyk taps it over to De Randame. Here's Van Alms. De Randame. To Elberg, Van Alms looks inside, nice little pass to Beverwyk. Fadeaway jumper is good. He can do that to you. Suriname back this time. Baptiste always just hanging out over half court. And De Randame will get called for the foul there. Sergio De Randame over the back. Tried to poke that one away. Aggressive play, but the officials will call that. At the free throw line again is Foyle. First free throw is good. The crowd doing their best to try to distract him. But like we said, he's a veteran player with a high IQ. He's not going to get rattled easily. Short rims the second one. Here's De Randame. Van Alms with it. Going to try to work on Baptiste. Finds Beverwyk. Nice ball movement. Back to Beverwyk.
Again, people who are not used to shooting or perimeter shooters are on the perimeter right now. I don't understand it.
Yeah, they need to try to establish a post game. I want to see Beverwyk get in there. He's playing the high post. Maybe they can run some high-low. De Randame over to Van Alms. He fires with a hand in his face. That's short. And we will get a 24-second shot clock violation. Irvin De Randame.
This lineup is not working. I think Watamaleo and Leiter are on the bench too long.
Gavin, this is something we haven't talked about here on day 3. Does Suriname maybe need to look to shorten their rotation?
I think they do. No good team. You can go back in history. No team whatsoever, no matter how great they are, ever went into their bench more than 8 deep.
Yeah, maybe they need to shorten it here. Stick to what works. Here's Baptiste. He will push. Loses it. Nice defense there by Beaverwick. Comes up with a steal. Here's Deron Dabe. He will run the show. Tries to thread the needle. Knocked away. It's Baptiste again out front. Knocked away by Van Alms. Nice hustle there by Van Alms. And again, we talk about making adjustments every single play. Baptiste releases, and they know exactly where he's going to be. Here's Baptiste inbounding. Finds Otley, who just checked into the game. Lawrence with it. Back to Baptiste. Nice offense here from Saint Vincent. Pull-up jumper is short. Here's Denzel Letter. He's got trailers. 3-on-2. Back to Letter. Up fake. Gets hit. He will go to the free throw line. I don't mind that at all, Gavin. I don't mind that at all.
That's a good play.
Patience has not really worked right now in the half-court offense for Suriname. Still struggling to find their rhythm. But the young gun, Denzel Letter, sensing that Deron Dame is right with him, makes a nice decision there. Letter at the free throw line. Second free throw coming. Nice free throws there from Letter. It's 25-30. Suriname down by 5. Nice pass up to Lawrence. Blocked with 2 hands. Get that out of here, says Beaverwick.
That's a sensational block right there. That's sending a message.
That was a great block. 30-25 now. Saint Vincent with the lead. It will be Saint Vincent ball when we come back after this timeout. Gavin, it's getting hot in here.
It is. I think I'm going to take my shirt off.
That'll just be too distracting.
Oh.
Gavin, what do you think Suriname talked about during that timeout? I still think they need to get back. All eyes on that last play were on Beaverwick and his great block with 2 hands, but he was the last resort. St. Vincent still broke the defense down. Watch out, Lawrence up high for it. Second chance opportunity, and it goes down. Again, I think Suriname needs to get back. St. Vincent is breaking the press and advancing the ball very quickly.
St. Vincent has studied Suriname's game. They know that they're going to play full court press, so they're patiently passing the ball without dribbling the ball. I think Suriname does need to get back. They haven't made a lot of outside shots yet, and I'm talking about St. Vincent now, so maybe Suriname should fall back to a 2-3 zone.
I will agree with that. At the free throw line now is Beaverwick.
Because what you do not want to do right now against this St. Vincent team is play man-to-man, at least in my opinion. I think...
Now they're too good, and
yes.
Suriname is just not making the right adjustments right now.
Exactly, so I think a 2-3 zone might help Suriname.
Beaverwick does a good job. They hit the first free throw. It will be so important for Suriname to get him involved offensively. No matter what, he will be involved defensively. but he can be an X factor for this Suriname team. Letter reaches in. That's 50-50 defense. That's no good. Baptiste for three. It's short. Rebound Beverwyck. Almost throws it away. Good job by Letter to reel it in. Here comes Van Aams. He's got Delan Dame. Delan Dame wants to go to work. He says, clear out everybody. Around the back pass. But it's blocked. Swatted away. You don't get style points in basketball. It was a nice pass by Delan Dame to Van Aams, but better defense by Saint Vincent. Delan Dame with it. They have players open on the other side of the court. They might want to look to skip it. Van Aams can't hit. Here comes Saint Vincent. Again, it's Baptiste catching it where he wants to. Can't hold on. Oh, poked away by Baptiste, and Baptiste will not stop. He does not have an off switch.
I wonder why Watamaleo is still on the bench for Suriname.
That's a great point. Right now he's trying to communicate to the coaches right now. I think he definitely wants to come into the game. He is a true competitor. Here's my take on that. I think maybe the coaching staff thinks that his game is not compatible here amongst the trees of Saint Vincent. Particularly, oh, here's a steal by Glasgow. Skies won't finish. Van Aams left alone. All he could do is foul. But into the game now is Dylan Watamaleo. I think for Watamaleo to be effective in the half-court offense, Suriname really needs to set some screens to get him open.
Yes, because he has shown us that he can make open shots.
Yes, he can. He made a big one last night to win the game. And I think he's due for a big game. Day one, he had a great game. Last night, he was pretty cold, but he came through in the end with some last-second heroics. Tonight, I think he'll be more fresh. Last night, it looked like he was shooting on tired legs. He's had some time to refocus. At the free throw line is Glasgow, trying to make it a 6-point lead. And he misses. Tapped out of bounds by Beverwyck. Rebounding fundamentals. Grab it with two hands. I think Beverwyck could have grabbed it with two hands there.
Funny enough, they've had similar rebounds so far, 26 to 25.
It's been a battle inside. That ball comes off the glass, and guys are just absolutely tearing each other's faces off to get it. Like tigers. They look inside to Smart. No, and a double dribble. Delan Dame is doing such a good job on the 7'2" Smart. What does Delan Dame run? We'll give him 6'7"?
Nah, I think like 6'6".
6'6" against 7'2". He's blocked the shot, and he's played great fundamental post defense. Watamaleo for three. And the crowd is back into it. Saint Vincent up by 2. They go to Otley. He's been quiet. Poked away by Beverwyck. Denzel Letter. It's a foot race. He taps it up. It's still in bounds. And now it's out of bounds. Saint Vincent ball.
That's also been a problem for Suriname. If they get this steal, most of the times they get too excited and they just throw the ball right away.
Gavin, I'm glad you can swim, because right now we're swimming in high intensity. This is a great game, exactly what we thought it would be. St. Vincent came to play. Suriname came to play. International basketball at a very high level, and this one is personal. Gavin, tell us the story about what happened in 2015 between these two teams.
St. Vincent was absolutely tearing Suriname apart for most of the game.
Here's a bedtime story.
Yes. They were up by 20 points in the fourth quarter, and Suriname still managed to win that game.
This thing is so personal, and you can see it here on the faces of everybody. Elbows have been thrown.
Oh yes, they sent a message since yesterday. They knew they were going to play Suriname. They said, hey, we're coming for revenge. We want to make sure we rectify what happened in Tortola.
Glasgow at the free throw line, knocks down the first one. It's a 3-point lead right now for St. Vincent. Second free throw is on its way. And he knocks that one down. Cold as ice is Glasgow. Good job there to knock down both of them. Here comes Van Alms. Gives to Letter. Dedan Dame in the corner. Spins. No double team. Double team was late. Finds Watamaleo. That's short. Letter skies. Beaverwick. Great hustle there by Beaverwick. Came out of nowhere, and he gets fouled.
And let me tell you something. Although rebounding has been a problem for Suriname, they've out-rebounded Saint Vincent by 1 rebound so far.
Yeah, but how many offensive rebounds have they given up?
They've given up only 8, surprisingly, compared to their 10. They've had 10 offensive rebounds against this Saint Vincent team.
It seems like a lot more. It seems like they've given up a lot more to Saint Vincent. Maybe it's because Saint Vincent is up right now. But at the free throw line for Suriname is Beaverwick. Misses the first one.
I was mistaken. Suriname is out-rebounding Saint Vincent 30-25 right now.
Wow. But again, sometimes the statistics do not tell the whole story.
That's very true, and that's why a lot of great players are overlooked today because the statistics say something else. The whole plus minus is everything that's brought into the game today.
Telesford with it. Smart maybe got away with a moving screen. He better watch out. Here's Baptiste. Gets a screen from Otterly. Tries to round the corner, and he does. Sweet pass inside. That's knocked away. Akeem Smart will come out of the game. Into the game is Gardner for St. Vincent. They're going to need to put a body on him because he comes into the game looking to patrol that glass. Baptiste inbounds. Gets it to Telesford. 4 on the shot clock. Telesford's going to have to fire. Runner in the lane. Short. Rebound Glasgow. Somehow he's there. Otterly with it. Too many offensive rebounds. And at the end of that one, it's Telesford. Telesford puts it in and gets fouled. Five Surinamese defenders on the far side of the court. Left 3 St. Vincent players open to grab rebounds on the near side of the court. And making his way to the free throw line now is Telesford to try to complete the and one play. 36-30 is your score. 1:30 left to play in the first half. And he knocks it down. The lead is 7. Gavin, if you're Suriname, what do you try to do here?
You're trying to get the people that are hot involved.
So try to free up Watamaleo. Maybe try to free up Van Alms. There's Watamaleo. Does a good job to reel it in. Gives over to Letter. Letter looking inside. Little skip pass to Van Alms, and that will be kicked out of bounds. Suriname ball. The crowd here has been taken out of it a little bit. The crowd has been the 6th man for Suriname so far throughout this tournament. This men's team relies heavily on them. Van Alms gives to Dedan Dame. That one is good by Watamaleo. Nice patience there by Suriname. They worked the ball around, and Watamaleo got it where he likes it. St. Vincent, Foyle says, let's calm down. Hands the ball back to Baptiste. 45 seconds left to play in the first half. Otterly with it. Gardner gets position. He squares up. Knocked away by Dedan Dame. Nice help defense there.
But that's a great job by Beverdick. That's something a lot of players have to learn. You send a player to the side where you know he has the least chance of scoring the basketball and where the help defense is standing, and that's what he did. He sent him to the outside of the paint, and he sent him right where he knew that Sergio Darandami was helping him.
Gavin and I will be back after this timeout to close out the first half. Coming out of the timeout, it'll be St. Vincent ball. Suriname needs a good defensive stand. Otterly sneaks in. He's looking for Gardner. Can't beat the shot clock. Can't beat the Surinamese defense. And Letter looks a little young there with that pass. Watamaleo lets it go out of bounds. It'll be Suriname ball with 26 seconds left on the game clock. 17 seconds left on the shot clock. Van Ooms to inbound. He finds Watamaleo. St. Vincent continues to play in this cast iron zone defense. Not many gaps. There's one though. Sergio Derandame cannot hit. 9 seconds left. Glasgow with it. Looking for screens. He's tricky. Poked away by Letter. And we will get there will be no foul called. Letter thought he got fouled. He tried to sell it. It'll be St. Vincent ball with 0.8 left to play. Enough time to catch that ball, turn, and fire. Suriname needs to play great defense here, letting up a basket just before halftime.
Not only play great defense, but make sure you do not foul.
Yes, very true. Do not foul. The inbound to Foyle. He's dangerous. He will not beat the clock at the end of the first half. It's 37-33. St. Vincent over Suriname. Gavin and I will be back with second half action after this.
Now lead with 37 points and 33 points for Suriname. Ladies and gentlemen, it's halftime. Vincent and the Grenadines. Suriname down by 4 points with a score of 33, and Saint Vincent and the Grenadines having the lead with 37 points.
Keone Wright and Gavin Kensmill back here, ready to start second half action between Suriname and St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And Gavin, this thing has turned into the Rambo Cup. Elbows have been thrown. It's asymmetrical warfare out there. Right now, St. Vincent in the lead, 37-33. Lawrence to the basket, and he flexes on him a little bit. Not a very good foul, not how you want to start the half. He did that all first half. No adjustments made at halftime.
I think there has been an adjustment made because we see later on him. Later just had I wouldn't say stupid, but it was not a smart gamble there.
Once the ball is inbounded, you got to be ready. Let's take a look at our scoring leaders. For Suriname, Van Alms with 9, and Gillen Watamaleo with 6, a late 6, an important 6. And for St. Vincent, it's Lawrence. He's got 13 now. Here's Suriname. Letter for 3, knocks it down, and that's a big shot by Denzel Letter, the young gun, showing you why he's out there. Nice defense by Van Alms. Letter on Lawrence. They give it inside to Gardner. He looks outside for Foyle. Can't leave him open. Couldn't hit those in the first half. Hits him in the second half. Veteran leadership. Van Alms looks inside to Deran Dame. So composed. Watamaleo comes around. That's short. Letter up high for it. Puts it right back in. 5 early points for Denzel Letter here in the second half. St. Vincent up by 4. Here's Baptiste. You got to watch out for him. Nice pass to Foyle. Sets him up nicely. Foyle creates separation. Air ball in the hook shot. Still battling down low is Lawrence.
And I like the way that the ref hasn't made a call there. Let them play. These are big men.
He's letting them play. This is a man's game tonight. You know, we had high drama last night in the 2 games. Guyana, St. Vincent, 3 overtimes. Suriname and Grenada went down to the buzzer. But I think this is the most intense game, the most physical game we have seen in this tournament thus far.
I agree with you there.
Inside to Beaverwick, he gets to start in the second half. He goes up and draws the foul. I think if Gardner had just stayed vertical, kept his hands straight up and down,
that would have been a great play, but he brought his hands down. The moment you do that, it's an automatic foul.
Yeah, he gave the officials a reason to blow the whistle. And in this game, they will. Beaverwick continues to be clutch in this game on the offensive and defensive end. They need contributions from him in this game. Misses the second one. Up high is Gardner. Here's Baptiste. Back to Gardner. Foyle for 3. That's short. Rebound Letter. Gets it to Van Alms. He's got his head up. Deran Dame along the baseline. Oh, nice cut there by Beaverwick. A beautiful pass from Deran Dame to Beaverwick. And Suriname right in this thing, down by 1, 7:50 left to play in the third quarter. Here's Baptiste, he's guarded by Watamaleo. Over to Lawrence, get a hand in his face. Can't hit. One-handed rebound there by Telesford. And that'll shift momentum. He took the crowd out of it with that one.
And that's a bad job there by Van Alms. The offensive player came from outside the three-point line to get the offensive rebound. You have to put a body on him. Now you're putting one of your better players who's helped this team a lot in foul trouble.
Beaverwick goes to the bench. Xavier Elford comes in. He had a few minutes in the first half, really struggled to establish his game, got called for a travel. I think he's probably settled down. He's had a chance to survey what's going on. He saw a little bit of action, dipped his toes in the water. Now he's ready to immerse himself in this unbelievable international match with not just implications for this tournament, with not just implications for the rankings, but it is severely personal out there right now between these two teams. Second free throw for Telford is good. Van Ams looking to push. Excuse me, that's Van Ams. Guatemala, hook shot by Elsford, that's no good. Elberg gets his own rebound, goes up. Oh, he needed that one. Guatemala tracks it down. Lets it on the floor, nice hustle. St. Vincent has numbers, here comes Lawrence. Euro step, hangs. And once again, the only player back for Suriname is Van Ams, and all he can do is foul. That's happened a couple times in this game. This time, though, it wasn't Baptiste for St. Vincent. It was Lawrence.
Now you have another guy that's in foul trouble.
Player management, foul management is going to be key in this one for Suriname. And as we get deeper here into the second half, we're going to need to watch for fatigue. 3 games in 3 days for Suriname. They fought hard all 3 days. They continue to fight hard. But even the best prepared bodies will get tired after 3 games in 3 days. For St. Vincent, it's a different story. They had their first game last night, roughly 25 hours ago. Their second game here tonight, they lost to Guyana in triple overtime.
It's a must-win situation for them.
It really is, and they're a good team, but this is a must-win situation.
I think it is for both teams, because if Suriname wins, they're almost assured they're going to the cross-finals.
Suriname trying to go 3-0, but if they keep putting Lawrence to the free throw line, it's going to be a long night. Here's Van Ams. Derandame, guarded by Baptiste. St. Vincent still in that zone. Here's Van Ams. Guatemala, he's tricky. Watch out. In amongst the trees, tosses it up. Derandame, nice hustle. Nice hustle by Guatemala, gets it to Van Ams. That was pretty. Guatemala, that rims out. Lawrence back the other way. Suriname needs to get back. He finds Foyle. Nice bounce pass inside to Gardner, but that will go off someone's foot and out of bounds. It will remain St. Vincent ball.
I don't like the attitude there. The ball is just rolling on the floor and no one is going after it.
Yeah, no one dove for it. I don't know about the decision by Foyle. The St. Vincent team, they're so hard to rattle. So many players with so much experience. And we've got some jawing going on right now between Foyle and Elberg. That could get real physical. Elberg with a little bit of a push. Let's watch that matchup. Here's Lawrence. Can't hit. Elberg skies in for the rebound. You don't get a rebound over that big booty. Here's Van Ams to Elberg. Oh, nice little look inside to Letter, and he finishes. Letter has started this second half just the way Suriname needed him to. A young player really stepping up here on the big stage. Keeping the fans into it.
We give Leiter a lot of credit for that play, but a lot of credit has to go to Xavier Elberg for keeping his head up. Remember the LU pass he had to Denzel Leiter? It was a very similar play. He's so good at dribbling the ball and seeing players at the same time. Such a good floor general.
Elberg and Letter have a little bit of a psychic connection going on, and we've got some jawing going on here between Elberg and St. Vincent. Elberg is unafraid, and he continues to talk to Foyle. And Foyle continues to talk to Elberg, and we will get a technical foul. I think we're going to get a double technical here. This will be on Foyle and Elberg. And now Foyle arguing with his coach. Now he's arguing with his coach. And things for Saint Vincent are starting to fall apart. This was an issue yesterday after the game, after they lost to Guyana. There were some players from Saint Vincent who do not want to shake hands, who headed immediately to the locker room. And then another set of players who are trying to get those players back onto the court to show a sign of good sportsmanship. Here's Baptiste. Over to Glasgow. He's been solid in this one. That shot no good. Van Ams over to Letter.
Let me tell you something. Foyle not on the floor is a bigger loss for St. Vincent than not having Guatemala on the floor for Suriname.
I agree. Letter, heat check. Can't connect. Derandame. Count it. Count it. Derandame.
And that's what I like. That now you can see that these guys are real competitors. Some people get excited, but these guys are so pumped up and so passionate about, they're so emotional about the way the game goes.
Gavin, you want to see how you get positioned down low for an offensive rebound? Replay the last 15 seconds about 100 times. That'll teach you how to do it. He had Gardner boxed out for about 15 seconds the whole time. If that ball came off, no one was getting it but Derandame. Into the game now, 7'2" Smart for St. Vincent. He hasn't really been a factor in this one.
He hasn't.
But I assume that at any moment he could get going. He's 7'2", and if it's not on offense, it can certainly be on defense. Here he gets the rebound. Poked away by Touloud. Nice heads-up play. 45-44, Suriname with a 1-point lead, 5:26 left to play in the third quarter. It is an all-out war here tonight. Who wants it more? Lawrence to Baptiste. He drives, nice little dish pass to Lawrence, lots of contact, and he finishes. And he lets the crowd know that he's pumped up. No answer for Lawrence right now. Derandame for three, steps into it, can't hit. Smart may have gotten away with a push there on Letter, going for the rebound. Telesford to the basket and scores. Two quick baskets, two aggressive baskets for St. Vincent. And now Suriname wants to talk things over. They are now down by 3. Here's Van Ams. Derandame, nice little two-man game. Good job by Touloud. Got in the lane but can't finish. Watch out for Glasgow. He's lightning quick. Euro step. Oh, and Lawrence with the follow out of nowhere. Great timing by Lawrence. 50-45. All of a sudden, St. Vincent back up and down, back up in this one. It's been an up and down affair. Suriname will talk it over. Gavin and I will be back after this. Keone Wright and Gavin Kentsmill back here with you. Last game on day 3 of the 2021 FIBA AmeriCup pre-qualifiers, top 2 teams from this tournament, go on to the AmeriCup qualifier, which will be hashed out in a home and away series. But right now, we're into this game between Surinam and Saint Vincent. This is the AmeriCup pre-qualifier, but we have dubbed this game the Rambo Cup. It has been intense out there. It has been a war, and it continues now with Saint Vincent up 50-45. Beaverwick with it. He's back in the game. He fires, rims out. Elford battles for it, and they will say it is out of bounds on Smart, the 7'2" player who patrols the middle for Saint Vincent. Let's see how he can affect the game. Nice little pass from Letter to Tolud. He cannot finish. Letter got Smart up off his feet, made a nice little pass. Glasgow loses it. Surinam back the other way. It's Van Alms. He's got his head up. Elberg. Nice pass inside. Nice little dish pass to Letter. Oh, Letter steals it. 49-50. 49-50. Surinam is back in it. They will come with full court pressure. Foyle will inbound.
That's a great play there by Leiter.
Letter has played so well. Telesford to the hoop. Here's Smart with an offensive rebound. He goes up, got hit. And they will send him to the free throw line. I think that's a wise idea. Smart plies his trade in El Salvador. He plays professional basketball there. Really the first time we've seen him active on offense. Here he is at the free throw line with his team up by 1, 3-33.
Interesting matchup between Leiter and Lawrence. Leiter with 16 points so far, Lawrence with 19.
And again, day 1, Leiter was on fire. Day 2, the next day, he's a little bit tired, not that hot, still played well, but didn't shoot that well. Day 3, he composes himself, shows his maturity.
And let me tell you something, this game isn't even that far progressed yet. And
no.
Denzel Leiter has a double-double already, and a very convincing one, 16 and 13 rebounds.
16 and 13, he has done so well. Van Alms continues to move. Nice patience there, gets it to Beaverwick, great pass over to Letter, he fires. Wow! Bank shot! Letter is feeling it. Letter is absolutely feeling it right now. Surinam takes the lead, 52-51. 3 minutes left to play in the third. Telesford quiets the crowd. They've got to put a body on Telesford because that's what he does. You get a little bit of momentum, then Telesford puts the ball in the hole. Elberg up top, he squares. Letter open, heat check. Tolud, no look pass to Beaverwick. He can't finish. Van Alms with it. Surinam controlling the offensive boards. Elberg thinks about it, gets to Van Alms. They'll be patient. Letter. Ooh, that one was off. Maybe surprised he was so open. Here comes Baptiste, he's quick with it. Oh, nice pass inside. And that's the man that we were talking about, Telesford. Glasgow with the great court vision. Laser pass inside to Telesford. Long three-pointer, no good for Van Alms. Foyle fights for it. Into the game now is number 11, Gardner, and number 15, Otley for Saint Vincent. Smart and Baptiste will go to the bench.
In almost every category, these teams are very competitive against each other. They've had equal amount of rebounds in this game. 41-41.
Working it around here for St. Vincent. Glasgow fires, got a clean look. That comes up short. Tolud to Letter. Watch out, cleared for takeoff, and it's blocked, but we will get a foul. Good job by Telesford to get up on that one. And Denzel Letter is unafraid. How old is Letter?
20 years old, just turned 20.
20 years old. playing against a very respectable, competitive, mature Saint Vincent team. And he is absolutely tearing it up tonight. Without him, Suriname would not be in this thing. In a tournament, every game you need somebody to step up. It doesn't have to be the same guy every night. And it might be inappropriate to assume that the same guy every night in a tournament like this, 5, 6 games in 6 nights, is going to step up and have great games every night. Tonight, Letter is the man that emerged. And I don't mind calling him a man, even though he's 20 years old, because he's playing like a grown man.
Letter with a game high, 20 points right now.
20 points. Many more to come, probably. But they need to stop Saint Vincent, who's still up by 2. 1:30 left to play here in the third quarter. Here's Foyle trying to create separation. This is a great matchup against Beverwyck. Spins and loses it out of bounds. Nice job there by Beverwyck not to lose his composure. He's not going to get involved in the extracurricular stuff with Foyle right now. He's just going to play solid defense. But like I said, when St. Vincent makes a mistake, they don't sit around and think about it. It's already out of their heads. They're on to the next play. Skip pass to Tolud. He will drive, and we will get a foul. I think we're going to get 2 shots. Yes, we will. Tolud to the free throw line.
Good sportsmanship there.
And Gavin, what does Suriname need to do right now that they are not doing?
Control the defensive rebounds. Get back on defense. Get back on defense, I think, is the biggest thing for them. And now it's recognizing players. Who do I close out hard onto? Glasgow is not a shooter. Let him shoot the ball. You can live with him making one shot out of a bazillion. Knowing players. Foyle wants to go into the post now. Make sure Beverwyck is on him the whole time. Knowing that what's the number 13?
That's Telesford.
He's made some great mid-range jumpers off of the dribble. Know those kind of things. Know that you have to send him to his left hand. So it's knowing personnel now, and I think that's something the coaching staff will discuss during a timeout.
I think so too. Suriname has struggled to make mid-game adjustments. They are being challenged here. Oh my! And there's a follow-up slam for the man we just talked about, Telesford. Nobody home for Suriname. Nobody put a body on him, and Telesford will do that all night long. Here's Beverwyck, guarded by Otterly. Finds Van Oms. He's got time. That one off. Letter in between 2 players. Densa Letter in between 2 players, and he scores. Here's Foyle, rejected. And we will get a double dribble before the block shot. And Foyle continues to argue.
That's a message that's being sent.
Yeah, he double dribbled before, but Beverwyck said, I don't care. I wouldn't know what to get Beverwyck for Christmas because he just returns everything. Gavin and I will be back after this timeout. 57-56. St. Vincent with a 1-point lead. Keone Wright and Gavin Kensmill back with you here to call the last 25.8 of the third quarter between Suriname and Saint Vincent in a game that we have labeled or renamed the Rambo Cup. It has been a very physical affair. It has been war out there. 57-56, Saint Vincent with the lead. Gillen Watamaleo bringing it up right now for Suriname. He's guarded by Glasgow. Glasgow giving him some trouble. Honest defense by Glasgow. Oh, and he picks his pocket, but he slips. Good job by Glasgow to poke it back. That's a heads-up play. Nice take to the basket by Telesford, and he quiets the crowd again. Every time he touches it, he's going strong to the hole. Leonard hangs, no foul called. 59-56. We will be back with fourth quarter action after this.
Third quarter, 56 points for Suriname and 59 for Saint Vincent and the Grenadines. Dames en heren, uw aandacht voor een huishoudelijke mededeling. Het is niet toegestaan voor het publiek het veld te betreden voor, tijdens of na de wedstrijd. Het is niet toegestaan voor het publiek het veld te betreden voor, tijdens of na de wedstrijd. Dank u.
Keone Wright and Gavin Kensmill back with you here. We are on the cusp of 11 p.m. here in the Amazon rainforest in Paramaribo, Suriname, for this very intense game between Suriname and Saint Vincent and the Grenadines. Let's take a look at your scoring leaders for Saint Vincent and the Grenadines. Lawrence with 19, Telesford with 14. For Suriname, Letter with 22. Here's Tolud with it. Over to Beaverwick. Turns and fires, maybe forced that one. Letter out of nowhere, and he will go to the free throw line. Maybe a forced shot there by Beaverwick, but
that's the second forced shot already by him. He took a similar shot, and later was also there to bail him out.
Letter flies in like Batman out of nowhere. He's so active tonight.
22 and 15. That's a great bounce back from a one-point game.
And we're not done yet. We've got 9:46 left to play here in the fourth quarter. The FIBA 2021 AmeriCup Pre-Qualifiers. This is Pool A action. Last game of the day.
And I've spoken to later before this game. He told me that he's not worried about yesterday's game at all. These games could happen. He said it couldn't be any worse than that. He knows that he tried all in his arsenal to get the ball in the hoop. It didn't work out. And that's a great way to bounce back. He's a mental strong kid.
Yeah, St. Vincent is trying to get in his head, but he's not going to back down.
And that's what I like. Even though Suriname won the last matchup between these two, Suriname came into this game as the underdog. On paper, Suriname was not supposed to, or is not supposed to be in this game right now. And they're not backing down. They're playing their hearts out. I'm absolutely proud of them.
I will continue to underscore the fact that this St. Vincent team has so much experience. I think as far as this tournament goes, they're still trying to find each other. There's a runner by Lawrence, difficult shot. But back to my point, I think this team is still trying to find each other, but they are just so good. And like you said, Suriname is not supposed to be in this position right now, but they are. Safiel Frazier, he's been quiet in this one. Von Alms tried to sell the foul. The referee was not buying it. Here comes Saint Vincent. Poked away. Here's Von Alms. It's 1-on-2. Does well to hold up. Waits for his teammates to get back. Finds Tolud.
Thank you.
Frazier from the corner. Can't hit. Tough night for Frazier tonight, Gavin.
Absolutely.
And Telesford just danced across the half-court line. Did a little moonwalk action. Here he is with the pull-up jumper. Pretty shot, no good. Rebound Beverwyck to Letter. Letter drives baseline, tries the Euro step, jump stops, puts it up, but no good. Rebound to Bramble, the player who lived and played in Suriname for a couple years. Gavin, you played against Bramble. I think this is his first appearance in this game. What can we expect from him?
I'm surprised by the fact that he's just playing now, but out of the experience I have with him, he's a very physical player, and he's solid down low.
Dedan Dame comes in for Beverwyck. Muscles and Heart comes in for Muscles and Heart.
But from what I've been told, he's a D1 prospect.
We'll have to watch out for him. He's on fresh legs, has not played yet in this game, and it's a tight one. Saint Vincent up by 3. Here's Baptiste, he's tricky. Tries to draw contact, gives a little pass there. Lawrence comes to get it, gets inside on Von Alms and scores. Wow, what's the answer right now for Lawrence? What does Suriname need to do?
Let him shoot the basketball.
They're giving him too much room?
No, they're
not giving him enough room.
Yeah, they're not in his. They're absolutely up in his space. You want to give him space and let him shoot the ball. You can't contest that.
Nice little baby hook there by Dedan Dame. He's so confident right now. He's got 7 points.
He has to be the confident one. He's the leader of this Suriname team.
Always composed. Here comes Letter, cleared for takeoff. Oh my! Two-hand slam.
Leader
Denzel
with 26
Letter.
points tonight.
Baptiste with it for St. Vincent. They look inside. They try to go to Bramble, but it's knocked away. Suriname down by 1. Tolud with it. Dedan Dame wants to go one-on-one, and I think he should. And we will get a hand check. I think we're going to see Dedan Dame really try to work on Gardner.
Do you think Later can get to 30 and 20 tonight?
I think so. The way he's playing right now, I think so. I think he can get to Mars the way he's playing tonight.
He can get.
I think he can get to Mars the way he's playing tonight.
Oh, absolutely.
I think he can get to the NBA the way he's playing tonight. Fadeaway jumper, no good. Oh! And I heard a slap. Don't know who slapped to, and we will get a double flagrant. We'll get a double flagrant. I didn't see the slap, I just heard it. So that's the first one for Letter, the 4th foul for Lawrence.
And like the older people always say, there's always a positive in every situation. There's a double foul call, that's the negative, but the positive is you got Lawrence off of the floor right now because
Yes.
he has 4 fouls. And that can put Suriname in a great position.
With Lawrence out, Suriname needs to worry now about Telesford, who's got the basketball now, gives off to Baptiste, comes to set a screen. Back to Telesford, he fires. Can't connect. A battle for it down low. Here comes Tolud for Suriname. He gives to Von Alms. Thought about it. Poked out of bounds. You know what? With 6:39 left to play, I would have liked to have seen Von Alms pull up there and stroke that one.
That's what I thought too. And even if you don't pull up, you never pass in a crowded area. You never pass the ball on the chest area. You want to make sure it's a bounce pass or a lob pass.
Very true. We've got a timeout. We'll be back right after this. Keone Wright and Gavin Kensmill back here live in Paramaribo, Suriname. 6:39 left to play in the fourth quarter between Suriname and Saint Vincent and the Grenadines. Saint Vincent with a 1-point lead. They continue to be in that zone. Here's Deron Dame. He's going to try to work on it. Nice patience. Finds Letter to the hot hand. He can't finish. Glasgow up high for the rebound. Here comes Saint Vincent. They get it to Foyle. Foyle is a tricky player, and at any moment he can score. Picks up his dribble. Nice pressure by Suriname. Coming to bail him out is Gardner. Now it's over to Telesford. Ball on the floor. Telesford does well to keep it. Here's Baptiste, 3 on the shot clock. It's poked away. Poked away again. Saviano Frazier to the basket, and he will go to the free throw line. Great defensive intensity by Suriname. Gavin, we haven't called Saviano Frazier's number tonight very much. He's been kind of cold. Played great on night one. Played okay last night. Very quiet here. But just when they need him most. High defensive intensity leads to a turnover. And all St. Vincent can do is foul. However, St. Vincent did well not to let him score.
And probably one of the reasons why, and I'm not comparing this team to Team USA, but the point I'm trying to make is Saviano Frazier is a really good player, but just like on Team USA, when you have so many good players on your team, sometimes it's hard to see the good in every player because you have your number one options. And it's clear that Watamaleo and Later are the number one options for this team. So he's a very good player, and he's definitely one to look out for.
Here he is going for the lead. We got a tie ball game, folks. 63 all. Up high is Gardner for that rebound. We're tied at 63, under 6 minutes left to play. Glasgow with it. And he steps out of bounds. Nice job there by Tolud. Applied some pressure, poked at it. Glasgow wants a foul. The ref says no. We are all tied up at 63. Letter to Deron Dame, the give and go. Nice patience by Letter. Gets out to Van Alms. That would have been huge. Long pass here to Telesford. He tracks it down, Euro step, and finishes. Man, he's good.
I would like to see a chase down block by Tolud there. That was a great opportunity to glass that ball.
St. Vincent continues to release on the shots. Always getting a player out in front. And that takes a lot of cojones to throw that pass at this point in the game. But St. Vincent knows what they're doing. That's how they play. They know what they want to do, and they tend to do it. Telesford has played fantastic. Nice flash there by Deron Dame. Down to Letter. He's wide open. He won't miss that one. What a pass by Deron Dame. Talk about composure from your veteran leader. Uh-oh, that pass is behind Baptiste. Letter tracks it down. 5 minutes left to play.
It's an absolute thriller here in the Anthony Nesty Sport Hall, Paramaribo, Suriname.
Deron Dame. Letter, no good. Rebound by Tolud. Back out to Letter. That's no good. Telesford skies in for the rebound.
I like his confidence right now, but right now you have to know what time you have left in the game. He has to keep his composure.
It's not time to play hero ball. Still run your offense. Foyle trying to get position on the younger Letter. 40 versus 20 here. Spin move. Fadeaway jumper. No good.
That was a pretty move.
The young guy wins that one. But Foyle will continue to battle. Letter's got it. They give him room. And he's gone cold here. Gavin, what's going on? Letter has gone cold.
I don't think he's gone cold. I think if I've analyzed his shot, right now his form release is not as consistent as it is. He's just releasing the ball right now. I think he has to focus. I think he went out of his locked-in stage.
That's true, maybe out of his flow state right now. You've always got to keep your mechanics the same, especially if you want to be a great shooter. Baptiste inside to Foyle. Double team comes over, does well to get it over to Gardner. Here's a three-pointer from Baptiste. Wow, and I've been waiting for that. Baptiste is a great shooter. Quick release. 68-65. Saint Vincent with the lead. Surinam needs ball movement. Dedan Dame with it. Tolu, nice up fake, draws contact. I think he was shooting on that one. No. The official says no. That was a close one. I think she was right. Watamaleo into the game now for Frazier. They need Watamaleo big. They need his clutch shooting. 3:32 left to play in this one. We have dubbed this one the Rambo Cup because it has been asymmetrical warfare tonight on this basketball court. Surinam looking to ambush Saint Vincent and the Grenadines. Right now they are down by 3. At the free throw line is Tolud. So the foul. The second one is good. Telesford to bring it up. They need to watch out for him. They need to stick to him like glue. Lawrence back in the game with 4 fouls. Gardner swings to Baptiste, trying to create separation. Foyle sets a moving screen. Baptiste trying to round the corner. Gives it to Lawrence. Step back jumper. That's pretty and that's good. Clutch. Clutch. The crowd taken out of it a little bit. How can Surinam respond? Watamaleo, nice patience. Over to Tolud. Dedan Dame wants it. He's looking for Letter inside. Out to Watamaleo. Oh, and Letter in the right place at the right time, but he can't finish. And he will foul from behind. Surinam down by 4, 70-66. To inbound now is Gardner. Baptiste is up there to get it. Telesford is right behind him. So many threats on the floor right now.
What you need here if you're Surinam is a stop. This is a big possession. You don't want it to become a 6 or a 7 point lead with 2 minutes to go.
They need to stop. But St. Vincent has their AK-47s on the floor and they're ready to fire at any moment. Oh, nice steal there by Von Oms. He's been great on defense. Watamaleo, ooh, maybe should have taken a look at it. Dedan Dame over to Telesford, checks his feet, fires, no good. Rebound Baptiste. Oh, nice defense there by Letter. 2-on-1, gives off to Von Oms, and it's good. What a pass by Letter. Nice job by Von Oms to finish. Here's Lawrence. Surinam needs to get back. Lawrence will attack for sure, and they foul.
That's a good foul.
That's a great foul. 68-70. Unfortunately, Lawrence is a very good free throw shooter. But in that instance, Suriname knew what he was going to do, and with 2:09 left to play, they needed to foul.
What he also is a great finisher. I'll live with him making 2 free throws, and I'm not saying that's good, but he can miss one free throw.
Challenge him,
exactly.
Make him earn it.
You don't want him to score easy layups. Because so far in this game, he's been outstanding finishing the ball within the paint.
He and Telesford have been fantastic. Every time they get the ball, they just do what they want. There are some players in this tournament who take what the defense gives them. There are some players in this tournament who are puppet masters, and Lawrence and Telesford certainly are. (70-60). Big free throws here. Big free throws here. We're taking care of some moisture on the floor. Probably a little bit of blood mixed in there too. No tears yet. First free throw, no good.
Someone could have fooled me if they told me this was for the gold medal today.
Me too. This is championship caliber basketball right now. Lawrence, second free throw is good. Silences the crowd. 71-68. 2:09 left to play. Van Alms with it.
What you don't need if you're Suriname is a three-pointer.
And Tolud Watamaleo fires, and Lawrence is fouled out. Lawrence is fouled out. That's huge. We get a foul away from the ball, and Lawrence is fouled out. Into the game now to run the point is Glasgow.
You do not necessarily need a three-pointer if you're Suriname.
I'll tell you what you do need, Gavin.
Is to catch these free throws.
What you do need is to give the ball to the man at the free throw line right now. Sergio Derandame. Misses the first one. It's a 3-point lead now. He can cut it to 2 with this one. Maybe needs to take a little bit more time. Maybe bend a little bit deeper, get a little bit more arc on that shot. Second one is good. One is better than none. 71-69. Here's Foyle. Now to Glasgow. Glasgow along the baseline. He drives, gets to the basket. It's blocked by Derandame. And it will be Suriname ball. Talk about the defense there by Derandame.
That's great defense, great timing. And Derandame says, not in my house.
This is the part of the game where he shines. He's not afraid to step up here. Here he is with the ball. Sets up Watamaleo. Yeah!
That's an absolute dagger.
Watamaleo. Let
me tell you something. If there's one person in this gym that's not afraid to take the last shot, it's Watamaleo.
Oh my. And Telesford with the tip in. 73-72. Van Alms brings it across half court.
If you lose this game, if you're Suriname, you're looking at yourself and saying, we lost basically based on offensive rebounds we've given away.
Derandame does well to hang on to it. Tolud with the up fake to Lethard. He's got a hit. He can't. Sky's in for the rebound. Third opportunity. Up in the air and he's fouled. Whoa!
I like his composure. I really like his composure.
He has played great so far.
Like I've said, if right now Suriname is being taken over by a country and they say, if you can make this shot, I'll let you guys go, I'm putting the ball in Watamaleo's hands.
If we go back to the shot by Watamaleo, a lot of credit goes to Sergio Derandame for setting him up. We have a timeout. We'll be back after this. 2 huge free throws coming now for Denzel Letter. He has played fantastic. But he's not just here to fill up the score sheet. He's here to win. 1:06 left to play. Suriname down by 1. This one to tie it. And it rims out. Letter is complaining about something.
I'm not sure what it is.
I'm not sure either. Right now he needs to focus on this free throw. An opportunity to tie it. 1 is better than none. And he back rims it. Here's Telesford. Telesford into the lane, takes on 2 players. And luckily doesn't finish that one. 57 seconds left to play.
Those are big free throws missed by Leiter.
And these are big free throws also here for Telesford. The difference, though, is that Leiter is a 20-year-old on the international stage. Telesford is a player with vast international experience.
Well, let me tell you, a lot of people have played great. But 28 and 18 so far, I'm really impressed by those numbers.
28 and 18 out of nowhere. If you woke me up this morning and said, Keone, who's going to score 28 and 18? Letter's name would not be the first name to roll off of my tongue. But that doesn't matter because he's come through tonight. But like I said, he's not just here to fill up the score sheet. He's here to win. At the free throw line is Telesford to shoot 2. His team up by 1. 57 seconds left to play. Knocks down the first one like a stud. If you're Suriname and you get this rebound, what are you thinking? What are you doing, Gavin?
You want to get the ball inside. Like I said before, there's a lot of time. You do not need a three-pointer right away.
Nothing but net on the second one for Telesford. He has been fantastic this game. Here's Van Alms with it. Gives to Tolud. They are down by 3. 49 seconds left to play. Guatemala wants it. And we will get a foul away from the ball. Letter was pushed down. And that's going to be on Telesford. Telesford's going to send Letter to the free throw line. I'm surprised there.
No, that's smart, because right now, Leiter just comes off of 2 missed free throws. That's a better chance you have than a three-pointer against you.
Yeah, but Telesford is still mad at himself there. I don't think he wanted to do that. Can Letter redeem himself? Knocks down the first one. 73-75, 44.1 left to play here in Paramaribo, Suriname. Hang on to your hats, folks. It's going to be a wet and wild ride for this last 44.1. I guarantee it. Letter, clutch free throws. They are now down by 1. Telesford inbounds to Foyle. They give it to Glasgow. Foyle with it. Finds Telesford. They want to clear out. They want to clear out for him. Tolud trying to play good defense. Telesford spins around, dances around, somehow puts it in. No travel called.
I'm really surprised. That's a travel.
Whoa. Guatemala for 3. Yeah! Whoa! Guatemala for 3. And he ties the game.
I can't believe what I'm seeing with my eyes right now.
15 seconds left. It's not over, folks. Telesford to the basket. Tries to give off to Otterly. Players on the floor. It's Suriname ball. It's Suriname ball. 9.3 left to play.
Let's see if Guatemala can deliver again.
9.3 left to play. Suriname ball. Gavin.
Gavin. I cannot believe what I'm seeing with my eyes right here.
Gavin.
All right. Tonight,
hey, listen. Let's huddle up. Let's get our composure. What do they do, Gavin?
Composure,
Gavin, what do they do? What do they do? Where do you go?
St. Lucia's over foul trouble. You also have Gilan Otamalea with the hot hand. I'll take both. He has scored a game winner yesterday. Either he gets the ball or you make sure someone gets the ball inside. And make sure you draw a foul inside.
Give me a name. Give me a name. Who are we going to?
Otamalea or later.
Otamalea or later.
It can for what I'm seeing on the bench right now for them, it can be anyone but those.
Otamalea or later. Those are the names that Gavin just gave us.
Safiro Fanams is also one of the better free throw shooters, so what you want to do here is draw a foul.
9.3 seconds left to play. Suriname ball.
But what you surely do not want to do is give St. Vincent the ball again.
Can Suriname repeat on back-to-back nights? A last-second thriller. 2 games in a row. 2021 FIBA AmeriCup Pre-Qualifier. We're live from the rainforest in Suriname. They're trying to inbound. They find Dedan Dame. The sure hands of Dedan Dame. He finds Letter along the baseline. Gets inside to Dedan Dame. And he misses. We're going to overtime.
The score, 77 for Suriname, 77 for Saint Vincent and the Grenadines. Ladies and gentlemen, overtime.
Keone Wright and Gavin Kentsmill back here with you live. Last game of the day for the FIBA 2021 AmeriCup Pre-Qualifier between Suriname and Saint Vincent. We are about to start overtime. This has been an absolute barn burner. The barn has burnt down to the ground and the fire is starting to spread. 77 all, 5-minute overtime. Saint Vincent to inbound. Here's Baptiste, you've got to watch him, he's very tricky. He'll drive to the basket, slips and falls. Telesford, he's also dangerous. Outside to Baptiste, clean look at it, can't hit. Telesford tracks it down, saves it. Bramble back into the game. He saw limited action in this one. Poked away from behind, Bramble's got it. Here's Foyle, the veteran, guarded by another veteran, and Dedan Dame. Foyle wants to go one-on-one, ends up passing to Telesford, drives middle, gets fouled. And
I'm not sure about that one. It was called on the floor.
What, was that called on the floor? Or did they count it? They counted it.
They did count it, but it was called on the floor.
Well, he was already taking his step. $79-77, 4:21 left to play in overtime. Another late night here in the jungle. Like we talked about, this game is so much more than a pre-qualifier. This game is so much more than a pool match between two teams in Pool A. This thing is personal, dating back to 2015, when Suriname came back and showed a lot of heart to defeat this Saint Vincent team in a regional tournament.
I'm surprised by this substitution.
Who's in right now?
Derandami.
Derandami, maybe going to add a little bit of muscle. A little bit of defensive intensity for sure. And he's a veteran player. So we've got the Derandami brothers out there. Van Ams is out there. Letter is out there. Guatemaleo is out there. I like this lineup. Telesford silences the crowd. They are now up by 3. Guatemaleo, little up fake, drives the lane. Little nice move there. Little runner in the lane is good. 80-79, 4:10 left to play here in overtime. Baptiste over half court for Saint Vincent. And we'll get a foul. On Urban Derandami.
It's overtime. Let those calls fly.
Suriname needs to be very careful. All eyes were on what was going on between Derandami and Telesford. But Bramble was open, wide open around the free throw line. They need to watch him. He's fresh legs. Telesford goes and has a little meeting with the rim there. Looks up at it. Taking his time here, a very composed player. Misses that one, Suriname very lucky. Van Ams to bring it up. Looking inside to Letter, he gets it there. No one's falling for the up fakes, and he throws it out of bounds. And on that play, Gavin, he looked like a 20-year-old. Baptiste will inbound for Saint Vincent. It's still only a 1-point game. 3:52 left to play in overtime. Telesford wants it. They've got to stop him early. That's why Urban Derandami is in. He's got to move his feet. Over to Foyle. Guarded by Sergio Derandami. Foyle trying to get it back to Telesford. They find Bramble, his first shot of the game. He's only played about a minute. Suriname lives to fight another play. Derandami wants to work inside on Foyle. I like this matchup. May have gotten hit, comes up short. Glasgow fights for it. He's off to the races, looking up, trying to thread the needle, and it will be out of bounds. Guatemaleo sacrificing his body to get in the way of that pass.
That's what great players do. Great players want to win. He did everything in his power not to let that possession be a successful one for St. Vincent.
He'd rather get a whole lot of floor burn than lose this game. And still, St. Vincent only up by 1. 3:14 left to play in the first overtime. And I think both teams hoping that this will be the only overtime. Last night, St. Vincent played 3 overtimes against Guyana in defeat. Suriname needs to stop here desperately. They've got to communicate. They've got to be very aware. Telesford with it. Guarded by Derandami. Man, he's playing him tough. I like it. I like that substitution. Over to Foyle. He'll let it fly. It's short. Maybe a selfish shot there by Foyle. Derandami gets up, puts it up, and it's in! Wow! Urban Derandami with great defense.
That should be an offensive foul. That's a great way to sacrifice your
Irvin
body.
Dame. Everyone said, why did you put him in the game? Why is he in?
Not me.
He showed, no, it wasn't Gavin. But he played great defense on Telesford. He runs the floor. He runs the floor and scores the layup and now draws a crucial offensive foul with his team up by 1.
I just thought it was an interesting substitution because of the way Suriname wants to execute their offense, but I understand it from a defensive perspective.
Tough as nails are the Dayton Dame brothers. Here's Sergio backing in foil, baby hook, a little bit short. Letter fights for it. He's got it. Another baby hook. That one's good. 83 to 80. 2:27 left to play in overtime. Saint Vincent has got the fire back here. They're down by 3. And Telesford is just the man. He wants a screen. He wants somebody to clear out. He steps back. Whoa. Talk about a clutch player. Cool under fire. 83-82, 2 minutes left to play. Here's Van Alms. They go inside to Letter. Oh, he loses the ball. Catch it with 2 hands, young man. Then make your move. Nice pressure here by Dayton Dame. Irvin Dayton Dame. And we get 10 seconds.
Great defense there.
Irvin Dayton Dame has played 3 minutes. And I'm ready to give him the MVP if they win this game.
I wouldn't say that.
Oh, I am.
Later has
We'll have to agree to disagree. Yeah, Leiter has filled up the scorecard. I'm not trying to take anything away from him. But 4 crucial plays defensively and offensively.
Exactly. He has played a big role. I cannot describe the role he's playing right now, but 32 and 19 off of a 1-point game? No.
Well, if they win this game, I'm going to give Dayton Dame something.
A free hug.
More than that. Defensive player of the game, maybe. But it's still not over. 83-82. Suriname with the lead. Suriname with the ball. Here's Letter, guarded by Foyle. 20 years old versus 40 years old. Inside to Dayton Dame. Nice catch. Up and in! Irvin Dayton Dame. Tough as nails. 85-82. Here's Telesford. Poked away by Sergio Dayton Dame. Telesford gets it back, gives it to Smart. He's not a danger out there. To the basket is Glasgow, up and under, no good. .116 left to play in overtime. Suriname up by 3. Gavin, I need another cup of grape juice. Did you have any of the grape juice?
No, I didn't.
It tastes kind of funny. Makes you feel kind of funny too. 1:16 left to play. Suriname up by 3. Saint Vincent to inbound. Glasgow with it. Guarded by Watamaleo. High screen set. Down low to Smart. Puts it up. Can't finish. Battles. Suriname ball. 1:07 left to play here in overtime.
If you're Suriname right now, you want to make sure you get the whole 24-second shot clock. You want to execute well. You want to make sure you get a good shot up.
The fans are on their feet. Here's a guy that you want to give the ball in this situation to. Over to Van Alms. Try to keep it with the veterans, but right now Letter has it. The fans are on their feet. Letter drives baseline. One-hander. Nice defense there by Foyle. Foyle with the block out of bounds. Well timed by Foyle. He's played really well in this one. All of these Saint Vincent players deserve a lot of credit, but it's still not over. 48.5 left to play. Watamaleo gets a look at it, and he knocks it in. Suriname up by 5. And Saint Vincent wants a timeout. The fans are into it. We'll be back after this timeout. It is a two-possession game right now. Suriname needs a solid defensive stand. Saint Vincent is tricky, and they are composed.
What you need right now if you're Suriname is trying to force Saint Vincent to have a long shot clock, and you want to make sure you get a stop and a defensive rebound.
Telesford with it. He's looking around, he's very patient, he finds Baptiste. Baptiste loses it, ball on the floor. Foyle picks it up. Foyle for three, no good. Rebound Derandame. 25 seconds left, Letter's got it and they foul. 87-82, 24.7 seconds left. And the fans are on their feet here. What a battle this has been. What a game. I thought last night's game was great. This one tops it by a mile. But it's still not over yet. Two-possession game with 24.7 left to play. At the free throw line is Letter. He has been rock solid tonight for Suriname. There's no doubt about it. Denzel Letter has been rock solid.
My MVP of the game.
Misses the first free throw. Second one coming, trying to extend the lead to 6. And he does. 88-82, two-possession game. St. Vincent's got to go here. Suriname has to guard against the three-point shot. Telesford wants to go all the way, and he does. 84-88. Here's Derandame, he's fouled by Baptiste. He'll go to the free throw line, 11.3 left to play. 4-point lead for Suriname. This thing still isn't over.
It's far from over.
Far from over, especially with this St. Vincent team. They're not going to go away. And many of their players have been in this type of situation before. Sergio Derandame. He shows up just when you need him, right when you need him. That time a little bit too hard. 88-84, 11.3 left to play in overtime. Derandame, a little smile on his face. Can't get that one to go. Foyle bobbles it, gets to Telesford. They find Smart to Glasgow, three-pointer, no good. Telesford with the rebound. That's the game. Suriname with the win. 88-86 in overtime. What a game. We will see you tomorrow.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Hallelujah Day. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being with us. Good night and see you tomorrow.
That's a statue from up.